All right, Shalom Akyam. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And pretty much this is going to be a continuation of the lesson I did yesterday. Pretty much concerning how just the act of these devils having Pride Month, just that in itself, and you can just put all the other weaknesses this devil have done, just that in itself justifies World War III. But I just want to do a continuation on it, and I'm just going to entitle it Judgment Time. We in the time of judgment. What else? What else? Everything has already ran its course. The wickedness that you see, the technology is on the scene now. Everything is here, So matter of fact, let's start off with this in the book of Revelation, the 14th chapter. Revelation chapter 14. And verse 17. I started verse 17. It reads, and he that said, verse like, and another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. Now that sickle is a farming tool that's used when it's time to reap. Pretty much when everything has the crops has grown into its fullness, into its perfection. So that's when that tool is brought out. It says, and another angel came out from the altar, which had power over fire, and cried to him with a loud cry that had the sharp sickle, thrust in thy sharp sickle, and gather the clusters of the vines of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. So that's concerning the destruction, man. Because it said the angel over fire. What he got to do with talking to the angel with that sickle? Because really that's going into the destruction, man. It is time for the destruction. Because while everything is ripe, it is fully ripe, wickedness has reached is climax, man. You can't even just say you try to come up with some wickedness. Esau already did it. You think about something wicked, which you can only go so far being an Israelite, but this devil open new things, he introduced you to, because you thought a man becoming pregnant was, how else could you go farther than that? Now he's taking it as men breastfeeding, and he's chopping the rods of little children, man, and they're just scratching the surface. Those are the things that's out in the open. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. Because this devil go there concerning wickedness, man. Just two words, Bohemian Grove. Just type that up and do your research. Ephesians 5 and 11, it reads, it says, and have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness. See? So we shouldn't associate ourselves with the unfruitful works of darkness, and this time goes back to Esau. Because everything this man produced is death. Is nothing fruitful is nothing that comes from what this man brings forth his life. Nothing. It's nothing but death that he produces, man. It says, but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. See? Like I said, you type those two words on Google, Bohemian Grove, and it's already out there that's a sick place, man. Which I believe I believe they just not coming from that, not too long ago, if I'm not mistaken. We in that time where they actually do, meet during that time. If it didn't pass already or it's coming up, But this devil goes there, man. Everything has reached its perfection. Wickedness has reached its height, man. Let's get this in the book of Revelation 18. Revelation 18 and 5. It says, "For her sins have reached unto heaven, and the Most High have remembered her iniquities." So, hey, them sins is there, man. They even literally, this devil polluting the heavens. But everything is now in its fullness. So what's next? Judgment, man. That's why the angel over fire told the angel they had the silk, go on, do it. Now it's time, because the grapes are, it's time to reap. Meaning what? Bring forth that destruction. We in the time of judgment. We in the time of wrath. Like, matter of fact, let's get that. Because our Lord, Yahushua mentioned that as in the days of Noah. And what was the days of Noah? That was a time of judgment, man. How much more now you got the technology on the scene? You got weapons of mass destruction that can get over to the other sides of the world in 30 minutes or less, man. What type of time that tells you we on? So, Ecclesiastes 44 verse 17, it reads, "Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange for the world." See? So Noah pretty much in that time was kept in that time of wrath. How was that wrath shown? Through the flood, man. The wrath is going to be shown now by the way of World War III. And that's the climax. See, how about Shema Shai is beginning now by the way of these threats. The Lord sending forth his prophets. But then it's going to increase when you see the famine arise. The lack of food and water. The beasts of the field. And Esau, that's many categories. You just say Esau, that covers everything. From the sword, the pestilence. Even those beasts of the field concerning the newly created beasts. Such as a mechanical dog or a drone. Those are actual beasts. But they are mechanical beasts. That's how the wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai is going to be shown in this time. It talks about how the Assyrian is the wrath of the rod in the hand of the Assyrian is really the wrath of the Lord being shown through those Assyrians. Who's a modern day Assyrian? Esau. But ultimately, it's going to the destruction, the icing on the cake, so to speak. It's World War III, man. So let's go back to hold on, Salah. I'm gonna read this again, Salah. So 44 and 17, it reads, "Noah was found perfect and righteous in the time of wrath. He was taken in exchange for the world. Therefore, he was left as a remnant unto the earth when the flood came." See? So that flood was the wrath of the Lord being shown in the earth in that time. Now the Lord is going to pour out his wrath. Let me see if I can find that. He's going to pour out his wrath by the way of World War III now. Yep, it is Revelation 14. Yep. Revelation 14, I start at 9. And this is concerning the mark. This is how you're going to submit your judgment. Because that's wickedness. That's, like I said, this devil, when I mentioned in the previous video concerning the law, statutes, commandments, he's contrary. And he take it there, man. He lets you know he's contrary to Yahweh Shema Shai to the fullest, man. A total opposite. So with that see here, scripture talk about making any cuttings in your flesh. he he's gonna the only way for you to continue, you gotta insert that thing into your flesh, you know, which is the mark of the beast, which is chip, man. That's how you're gonna ultimately submit to the destruction. That's how we know we in that time of destruction. What now? Soon, during the hour of temptation, it's gonna be people to actually be marked for destruction when they take the mark, man. So yeah, of course we are in the time of judgment, man, on all levels, from the wickedness that you see, on all levels. The earth is not at ease because the sword is in power. So the only way that things will be made right, he got to be violently uprooted. So this is Revelation 14:9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High. See? What's that going to be, that wrath of Yahweh Shema Shai? The missiles, man. That's going to be that wrath shown to the fullest. It says, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Yeah, it ain't going to be no chasers. It's just going to be straight fire, man. There's no relief in sight. That destruction it ain't going to be like the Lord going to pull back his punches. No, he's going to show forth his wrath. He's going to pour it out. And that when something is poured out, it's overwhelming, man. It says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And just going back to the time of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities. In like manner, they was given that judgment of fire and brimstone raining upon them. So as you can see, this is going to play out in its perfection. It's going to be poured out. The wrath is going to be poured out. And that's the time we in. We in that time of judgment. What else conclusion can you come up with? You go online, you hear the minds of these people. Everybody got a voice, a platform to speak their opinions. And when they open their mouth, the conclusion you come to is he gotta die. She gotta die. Whether they trying to come up with something informative or a nigga doing a mukbang, the conclusion is they just got to be put down, man. Because ultimately, it still goes back to Esau. Whatever they pushing forth, it still got some of Esau in it. It's going to keep you here in America. So let's, I'm going to end off on this in the book of St. Luke 17. St. Luke 17 and verse 26, it reads, and as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man. They did eat, they drank, they married wives. They were given in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark, and the flood came and destroyed them all. See? We just read that was a time of wrath. So as you can see, the return of Yahweh Shai is going to be a time of wrath as well. Of course, deliverance as well as wrath. It's going to be a time of salvation as well as a time of judgment and destruction. But I'm just harping on the judgment part because it's going to be more death than salvation. Matter of fact, let's get something real quick. It's going to be more death than lives being saved. So this is the book of 2 Ezra 8 and verse 1. It reads, and he answered me, saying, the Most High have made this world for many, but the world to come for few. And that's why you have that herd mentality. Somehow you got a nigga with a 40, he got a TikTok, and he doing TikTok dances. Everybody's on one accord concerning these trends and how they dress. Just on all levels, you can tell those who are of the world, and there's many. And you could tell also that the word to come is not for them. The indicators when this word is presented, they don't believe. Even if it's not presented, when they open their mouth, that shows who they are. How could you present something to a nigga like this? So it shows as well, going into this transition, it's going to be a lot of death into that world to come. It says, I will tell the similitude Ezra, as when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much more where earth and vessels are made. But little dust that gold cometh of. Even so is the course of this present world. So as you can see that in this lifetime is particular spirits that the Lord hold as valuable as that gold, and that's the elect, the believers, man. This is, but the earth, the dirt, that's everyone else who was pretty much created in vain. Because guess what? Somebody actually got to go through, somebody got to die in the famine. Scriptures talk about the famine. Scriptures, it reads about, talks about how someone's going to be delivered from it, how people are going to die from it. We know the elect is going to be the one that's going to be kept from these said perils. But you're going to have certain spirits to succumb to these plagues. The teeth of wild beasts. It's some woman that was actually born this lifetime for that prophecy to unfold and take place, man. And not just one woman. It's certain spirits that was actually appointed unto death, man. When you read Jeremiah the 15th chapter. Also, when you read 1 Thessalonians the 5th chapter, it talks about how we were not appointed unto death, but to obtain salvation, man. So we're reduced to hope. We can just hope Yahweh Shemel shall keep us in this time of judgment. The prayer of Habakkuk, in the time of wrath, remember mercy, man. So as you can see, it says there be many created, but few shall be saved. So yeah, we in a time, talk about that point in time, the day of salvation, of course, for the elect. But you got that time of judgment, man. It's a lot. So matter of fact, let's go back to St. John 17. It's a lot. St. Luke 17. In the time of Noah, how many people was delivered? 8 people. It was only 8 people. Noah and his house. Everyone outside that ark died. So how much more today? Because Babylon the Great is the venue the Lord have chosen to show his power. You're not in the pavilion of the Lord. You're not in this truth. Ultimately, when that day comes, you're not in that spiritual ark, which is going to manifest into a chariot. You still here in America, you're going to die, man. So going back, St. Luke 17, verse 28 now. It says, likewise, as it was in the days of Lot. So as you can see, these time periods, these certain eras that was recorded in the scripture, these certain ages and time periods and certain spirit that was happening during that time. It was really prophetic for this time, because all America is really all these nations, these kingdoms rolled up into one. They acknowledge these certain deities, these holidays, even from let's say the trends and shit. On all levels, this devil and this place, Babylon the Great, uphold all these kingdoms, the acts, the works. It's all rolled up into one, man. So it's, like I said, likewise as in the days of Lot. So this is also could be considered the days of Lot, which we know what that time consists of, man, of nastiness. It says they did eat, they drank, Salat. Likewise, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they built it. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. See? That's why it talks about how we shall be delivered from 6 troubles, but on the 7th shall no evil touch thee. We got to be out of, pretty much be plucked up from this place before the destruction comes. Just like I talks about how Lot pretty much, once he fled to a certain spot and the sun was risen, that's when the destruction came. It says, even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. See? So I tell you, Yahushua, he's bringing destruction, man. Of course, he's coming with deliverance. Talks about his reward is with him. Some is going to be rewarded for destruction, but most is going to be rewarded. Some is going to be rewarded with deliverance, Salakia. Some is going to be rewarded with deliverance, but most will be rewarded with destruction. So, yeah, I just hope this will edify. I like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that's teaching his word in all true faith and sincerity.